जो बात बहुत मुझे इंट्रिग करती है और डेफिनेटली ऑडियंस को, लोगों को भी इंट्रिग करेगी कि एक ऐसी शख्स जिसके पास सब कुछ है, सक्सेस है, family, husband is a successful actor, person who's achieved so much, one of the brilliant actors of the industry, family is well set, and एक आराम वाली ज़िंदगी आप बिता सकते हो, कोई ऐसा मारा मारी नहीं थी. तो ऐसे कंफर्ट लेवल में होने के बावजूद यू डिसाइडेड टू गो अब्रॉड एंड डू योर PhD. पहली बात तो ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है, एंड यू डिड इट एंड यू वेंट दैट. आई वांट यू टू शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड पीपल टू नो हाउ यू ट्रैवल्ड, व्हाट हैपेंड देयर, कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें, बिकॉज ये बहुत ही बड़ा अचीवमेंट है फॉर अ पर्सन लाइक यू हु हैज़ ऑलवेज बीन सक्सेसफुल. I've seen your plays on stage. I've seen your brilliant performances. So एक contented आदमी एक लाइन से हटकर एक ऐसी चीज करने जा रहा है जो उसके लिए बहुत नहीं है.
It was so, when I look back, Ashok, मैं सोचती हूँ, how did I manage it? When I got my PhD, I did not know the hour of research. Now, doing research is a very big thing. A PhD is a research, right?
Yeah.
So, a PhD has to be in a topic that's unique.
Yeah.
किसी ने नहीं किया है उस पे PhD करते हैं.
Yeah.
That subject.
Correct.
Now it's a research. So research is data collection, data analysis. And remember, I'm doing it in an English university. They're very strict about what you've written, your data, your analysis, your methodology, all that. They ask you tough questions.
Yeah.
You have got no idea how hard I worked. But there was somebody upstairs, up there, who wanted me to do it and helped me a lot. But it was tough. I remember the first time I landed in London and I got a train to Paddington. We used to have those traveler's checks.
Yeah.
So I had traveler's checks. I had very little money. Yeah. And I'm waiting for the train and I went to the shop, coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to have a coffee. And I had to look for the cheapest coffee. Because I didn't have enough money and I had to leave money for a taxi to the university.
That is a Guju element in you.
अरे नहीं गुज्जू यार, पैसे नहीं थे यार. पैसे नहीं थे. I mean, I didn't have pounds enough. I had traveler's check. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Correct, yeah.
But I had to keep some for the taxi.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday. I'd probably have to buy myself lunch in Worcester. So I didn't know. So I went and bought the cheapest coffee. And I said, espresso. अच्छा हमारे यहाँ Eros वगैरह में espresso you ask for used to get the cappuccino.
Yeah, correct.
वहाँ espresso was that much coffee.
Yeah.
Which was dark and kadwa. And I had that and I'm like, oh my God. And then I went there and then I was okay, like I had money. But Worcester was a place where there were no Indians, no Asians.
Okay.
There was one shop 20 minutes away from the university where you could buy food, but there was nothing of our Indian food.
Yeah.
So I was so happy that I had taken a packet of moong and I'd taken rice because I used to say, kuch nahi to khichdi banaungi, that type of a thing. Yeah. Now, I was there for 1 month. That one big bread would have lasted me a year and got over, I mean, you understand what I mean. So, and pura shopping karke 20 minutes walk back with 2-3 kilos.
Yeah.
I used to sit over there and say, ye main kya kar rahi hu? Why am I doing this? Why am I struggling so much, staying in these halls, one chota sa room, cooking in that kitchen. I was 38-year-old girl with kids, a family, and I was, in Ye Jo Hai Zindagi, I'd become the sweetheart of India.
Yeah. Correct.
I'm thinking, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But my love, what really drove me was the love for the children of my country.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do something. Instinct told me that I'm going towards the right thing. Today I can tell you I've studied the right thing, learned the right thing, and I know that I am a change maker.
Yeah.
The title of my thesis is The Role of Drama in Enhancing Life Skills in Children with Learning Disabilities in a School in Mumbai.
बाप रे.
So I was teaching in Mumbai.
सुन के डर गए. टेंशन हो गई मतलब सुनने के बाद इतना भारी भरकम
परेश यही कहता है अगर परेश PhD पढ़ो तो he says yes you know what I'll sit in you know the park in London and I'll open your theses and read it.
Then what happened?
So then I was talking about the studies there and I had a great time. I'd done all my data collection in India. So I was teaching in India because I'd very clearly told them that I will not teach in England. I don't want to change the system of England. So I don't want to study England. I want to study India.
Yeah.
And I want to change the system in India.
Yeah.
So they agreed. They said, do whatever you want. So I didn't do a comparative study.
Yeah.
I did an action research. That is, I taught in India, collected data in India. Only it was an English degree.
What was that research exactly? What did it say? What was the integrities of that entire subject here?
There are two things.
Yeah.
When at that time and till now and forever, life skills is very important.
Yeah.
So life skills is a जीवन कौशल जो हमारे शास्त्र में है, जो हमारे गीता में है, सब कुछ में है, but it's not given a name.
Yeah.
WHO gave it a name in the early 90s. These are skills that you need for everyday life to make it good, to solve problems, and to overcome hurdles of everyday life so that you can lead a healthy, mentally healthy life. These skills are things like communication, effective communication, skills of empathy, problem solving, decision making. Do you know something? We are the worst decision makers. So you actually have to learn decision making to be able to make good decisions. Understanding and managing emotions, creative thinking, critical thinking. तो ये सब life skills है. So this is what I learned. Life skills are something that can help you overcome the problems of everyday life. If that girl who jumped out of the window had enhanced life skills, she would have not made such a bad decision. When we go into substance abuse, I'm going to the height, go to substance abuse, that's a bad decision. Violence is a bad decision. Lack of empathy, lack of managing your emotions, lack of communication skills leads to this. Low self-esteem. All these things lead to... So life skills are something which everybody needs at all stages of your life, बच्चे से लेके older तक. Whether you're well, whether you're unwell, you're rich, you're poor, you got a job, you don't have a job, everybody. These are these fantastic skills. So that is what I learned.
Discontent among couples, among friends, youths, you can see around lot of discontentment. So you think the marriages failing, relationships failing, divorces in every 3 months, 6 months.
Yes.
ये जो relationships का जो
suicides.
Suicides. So do you think this education, this study, such people come to you, or have you had any experiences with people in institutions where you have addressed them or you have met them or something like that?
I'll tell you some which will really give you goosebumps. Is I was teaching in Gujarat, the Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya. Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya, the KGBVs, are schools and institutions set up for the most socially and economically backward girls of our country. So, they have a hostel and education facilities given by the government, free. Now, their teachers themselves are like this even, So, I was training the teachers. And I was doing a thing in which I was teaching them for about 10 days and I'd given them 6 months to work on it. Then we were going to meet again after 6 months. When I met them after 6 months, I asked them, when was it that you remembered me? Or life skills? You know what one girl told me? One teacher. She said, before I continue, I'll tell you one thing about life skills. Is that if you teach life skills, your life skills become better too. Because without good life skills,
Experiences, yeah.
like if I don't have good communication skills, how will I teach it?
Yeah, correct.
If I can't manage my emotions, how will I
Correct,
teach it?
correct,
And
correct.
while I teach it, I learn to manage mine.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct,
So,
correct.
yeah.
क्योंकि अगर खुद आप में वो ताकत नहीं है, वो क्षमता नहीं है, तो आप दूसरों को कैसे सिखाओगे?
Exactly. And then when you're teaching them कि देखो, you know, anger management ऐसा होता है, तो तुम में भी तो असर हो रही है.
करेक्ट. अब डांट के आप एंगर मैनेजमेंट नहीं सिखा सकते हो.
Right. Exactly.
Correct.
So I asked them. So one of the teachers told me, you know, ma'am, my father was in the ICU with a heart problem. And it was, you know, we were really going very frustrated. And my only brother, he has got a bit of a mental problem.
Okay.
So he was being very difficult to handle.
Okay.
And I was taking care of my father and the house and my brother and everything. And one day I thought, you know, I just want to end it.
Okay.
And I went to the panwala and I bought a blade. And I reached home.
Okay.
And I opened the blade. And when I opened the blade packet, I remembered you and I remembered life skills. And I put it away.
What an achievement.
She says, I opened my diary in which you had made me write all these things. And then I said, no, I can't do this. I have to, you know, like I cannot give up hope.
Yeah.
I have to find a way to do a better problem solving and manage my emotions. Another one told me कि 3:30 बज गए थे. मुझे पता है घर पे कोई नहीं होगा 3:30 बजे. मैं जल्दी ऑफिस बंद करके घर गई. And when I reached home, I took a dupatta, I stood on the chair. And ma'am, I remembered you. And I got down and I sat down and I cried so much that day, but I didn't kill myself.
ऐसे तो बहुत सारे उदाहरण होंगे आपके पास.
God,
Must be having a lot
so
of
many.
these.
And so many success stories of girls too. I want to share that with you.
Yeah.
So I taught them problem solving and decision making and how to manage emotions and communications, which you have to do every day. Not in, you know, like your college or, you know, in a meeting.
Yeah.
Communicate with your father.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So one girl said that, you know, my mom's not living. And my father, you know, father's sister came home, my bua.
Yeah.
And she said, abhi iska abhyas band karo, uski shadi kara do. So my father, you know, like has to listen to the women and all that, you know, ghar ki.
Correct.
After she went, she said, I sat down with my father. And I did everything you taught me. All the communication skills, all the problem solving, all the decision making. And I sat and I talked with him and I tried to convince him. And, you know, I convinced him, ma'am, today I'm applying for medicine.
My God.
And these are poor girls.
Yeah.
You know, where Jam Kambolia. I bet you've never even heard of that place. It's a little village away from Jamnagar.
It's like a village called Jhumri Talaiya.
Yeah, I mean, seriously,
don't know whether it
such
exists or not.
chote villages.